Hi everyone and welcome to English for You. I'm Pat.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're going to look at a cool place in New Zealand. Have you been to New Zealand, Mike?
No!
No! You're missing out.
I know, I gotta go. I have friends from there. I've always wanted to go, but nope, never made it down to New Zealand.
Yeah, I am lucky enough to have been there. I went in 2008 for about 3.5 weeks. So
wow,
it was a long
trip.
one.
Yeah,
all around the North Island. We stayed there. We didn't go to the place we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
Mostly I was watching sport because I went on a cricket tour. But I did get the chance to visit the Hobbiton village, do some other stuff, do some pretty crazy activities of the sort we'll be talking about in the next 2 days of this article. Because New Zealand has a well-deserved reputation as a place you can go to do really exciting sports.
Sounds good.
So, where are we going to do these exciting sports and what sports are they? Let's find out by reading through today's article.
Reading.
Queenstown, the land of adventure. Where can you kayak, jump off a bridge, and have delicious wine all in the same day? Queenstown, New Zealand offers all this and more. This active vacation town is called the adventure capital of the world. Its beautiful nature and many activities make it the perfect destination for excitement. Queenstown sits on the shores of Lake Wakatipu on New Zealand's South Island. The town grew around farming and gold mining in the 19th century. Its nearby mountains are very popular. Miners used to climb them to reach gems and metals. Today, the mountains have become a challenge for climbers from around the world to complete. Lake Wakatipu's beautiful blue waters are also perfect for adventure. You can take a kayak or a shark boat across the open lake. There are many nearby rivers and canyons to explore too. And if you want to see it all from up high, you can even parasail behind a boat.
So the article starts off with a question. It asks, where can you kayak, jump off a bridge, and have delicious wine all in the same day?
My house.
Awesome. I'm going to your house after we finish. I'm not sure if we can kayak at your house, though.
You can, but it's really boring.
All
You're
right.
just sitting in a kayak, not going anywhere. Because to kayak, you need a boat and you need, most importantly, water.
Right. Kayaking is a boating activity. A kayak, actually, by itself, is kind of a long, narrow boat, just usually for one, maybe two people, I think. And you paddle on both sides of the boat to make it move forward.
Yes.
Now, this can be very peaceful and quite nice. You can look around if you did it, say, in the middle of a lovely lake. But it also can be exciting and scary if you're going down a very fast river.
Yes.
So depending on where you go, you might have a very pleasant, calm kayaking or a very fast, exciting kayaking experience.
That's a good point.
But where can we kayak, jump off a bridge, and have a great glass of wine?
Not my house. No, that's not true. But where can you do this? Well, several places probably, but the place we're talking about today is Queenstown, New Zealand. Queenstown, New Zealand, the article says, offers all this and more.
Ooh.
So there you go. New Zealand's the place. Queenstown is the exact location. And not only can you do all this fun stuff that we mentioned, you can do all this and more. There's even more cool stuff that you can do in Queenstown.
Right, and it's no wonder we put in this next sentence that this active vacation town is called the adventure capital of the world.
Wow.
That's a big kind of statement to make.
So exciting.
Right, so we describe this place as an active town. Something that's active is energetic and lively. There's a lot of action going on. People are always doing things. There is lots of things for people to do, see, things they can take part in. So a lot of stuff in this town is all going to be around sort of tourist activities, people who come there to do this fun stuff. Even the locals will do a lot of this cool stuff in their spare time, I'm sure. We can also describe a person as active if they're always kind of moving, always doing stuff. For example, in this sentence, my cat is 11 years old, so he isn't very active anymore. He doesn't run around and chase things as much as he did when he was a kitten.
Yeah, kittens, young cats and puppies, young dogs will be very active. The older ones, they take long naps. They like to rest and take it easy. All right, so it's the, what was it? The adventure capital of the world. Yeah, well, a capital. Generally, a capital, when we're talking about it, this is the center of a city, of a country's government, okay? So that would be where the president lives, where the top leaders would meet. Taipei is the capital of Taiwan. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. But that's in politics. We can also use this to talk about a city that is a really important place, or there's a lot of that there. It's connected to that in some kind of way, all right? So New York City is not the capital of America, but we might say it's the shopping capital or the business capital of America. Often we put another noun or an adjective in front of it when we're not talking about the politics, okay? So if it's the shopping capital, that's the place you go to find the best stores. It's not where the president lives necessarily or the leaders stay, but it's where the shopping is, or it's where all the business takes place. The business capital of the country would be where all the top companies have their HQ, their headquarters. Here's an example of one that's both a political capital and another one. We'll see it in the sentence. Next week, I'll go to Singapore, the food capital of Asia.
So we're saying it's very important for its food.
If you like restaurants and eating, go to Singapore.
Okay, so let's get back to Queenstown in New Zealand and learn more about it.
Okay.
The article says its beautiful nature and many activities make it the perfect destination for excitement.
Wow.
So, yeah, sounds great. So we describe Queenstown as the perfect destination for people who like excitement. A destination is a place people can go. If you're going anywhere on vacation, the place you're going is some kind of destination. The word can also mean the end of a particular journey. What's the destination of this train? Oh, it's going to Taidong. That's the final stop. That is the train's destination. Here, though, we mean a place to go. So if we go back to using the capital example, it could be a great destination for food lovers, talking about Singapore, or a great destination for history lovers, could be Rome, Athens, London, Paris, one of the big cities of Europe. And these people are in search of excitement.
Absolutely. If you go to the capital of adventure sports somewhere or whatever, you're looking for excitement, something that makes you excited, that makes you full of energy, that makes you full of joy and happiness, that makes you really glad to be alive. That is the feeling of excitement. We'll feel excitement for things that we've been waiting a long time for, like your favorite pop singers coming to town and you've had tickets for months. If it's a new movie that's happening, if it's a really great day like your birthday or Christmas, if you're a little kid, you have that feeling of excitement, full of energy and really looking forward to whatever's going on or whatever you're doing right now, possibly. For example, when they walked into the football stadium, the fans felt a sense of excitement. They didn't walk in and go, oh, we get to watch a football game. Yeah, I'm so excited. No, of course, they were cheering and screaming and yelling and having a really good time because they were full of energy and excitement. So, Queenstown, the adventure capital, the excitement capital. It's in New Zealand, but where?
That's a good question, and one that we will now answer.
Please.
It says Queenstown sits on the shores of Lake Wakatipu.
Lake Wakatipu?
Wakatipu, I think. on New Zealand's South Island. So New Zealand has two very big main islands, North and South. The North, there are a lot more people, bigger cities. The South is where you find a lot of the mountains, the beautiful nature, a lot of this exciting adventure stuff as well.
And you also find Lake Wakatipu.
Yes, so
I like the name of that.
It's a cool name.
All right, so let's find out about Queenstown on the shores of Lake Wakatipu. The town, Queenstown, grew around farming and gold mining in the 19th century. So not a lot of adventure sports going on in the 1800s, but a lot of mining specifically for gold. Because gold is something that you will find in a department store, in a jewelry shop. Of course, making jewelry out of gold, but to really find gold, you need mining. What is mining? Mining is when we dig for valuable things or useful things under the ground. You dig holes down into the ground, you go down in them or have workers go down in them, and they're looking for things that are only found that grow naturally down there, all right? So you might be digging for coal to burn for energy, or diamonds or gold or other precious stones. Things like that, all right? For example, we could say San Francisco first became a famous city because of gold mining, right? They found gold there back in the 1840s, and that's when San Francisco became famous. Now it's famous for other things, but it was originally mining or digging for valuable things under the ground.
Right, and if you're going to mine, you either need rock in the ground or maybe inside mountains.
Sure.
And that's why we see in the next sentence, so Queenstown's nearby mountains are very popular. Okay? If something is nearby, it is not far, it's very close. Okay? If you live anywhere in Taiwan, you've probably got a 7-Eleven or other convenience store nearby.
Yep.
People want to live nearby an MRT station because that's very convenient. Here's another example. We can walk to the nearby shopping mall. It's only 5 minutes away. So if it's close, it is nearby.
Yeah, if you can walk there in 5 minutes, it's definitely nearby. So these mountains near Queenstown, where they found gold and other things, it says miners used to climb them to reach gems and metals. Yeah, these are some of the valuable things that people will mine. That's the verb. They'll have mines for them. That's also the whole that you have. And mining is the whole business. And they were looking for valuable gems and metals. Gems are stones, so things like diamonds, emeralds, sapphires, and metals, things like gold and silver and stuff like that.
So we see that miners, or the people who do the work of mining, used to climb up to look for gold and gems and stuff. When we use used to, we're talking about a past habit or a past practice that is no longer done. People don't do it anymore in the present. So you can say, I used to, I didn't used to, or you can use it as a question, did you used to? For example, I used to play badminton a lot more when I was younger. If I say this, you'll understand that I no longer play very much. Here's another one. Tony didn't used to study hard, so he got bad grades. So we know that before he didn't do that, but that situation has changed. Here's the question form. Did you used to live in New Taipei City? So we know that you're talking about before, not now. Something has changed in that time. So that was before the miners would climb the mountain and look for gold and gems.
That's right.
What about now?
Well, the good news is the mountains are still there.
Awesome.
They didn't go away. But of course, people now are going there for different reasons. It says today, the mountains have become a challenge for climbers from around the world to complete. So if you think you're a climber, you gotta go down to Queenstown, you gotta climb these mountains. No, there's probably not a lot of gold lying around, but if you climb them, maybe because they're difficult or really high or just really nice places to climb, it's one of those places you can check off your list of great mountains and say, I'm a great climber. I climbed the mountains of Queenstown.
Yeah, but it's not just the mountains that are attracting people. We also see that Lake Wakatipu's beautiful blue waters are also perfect for adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. You can take a kayak or a shark boat across the open lake. Now, this is a lake,
Yep.
so there probably aren't sharks because they don't have sharks in lakes.
True.
So what exactly is a shark boat? This is a really good question. It says it's a fast boat shaped and painted like a shark that goes partly under the water. It's a special kind of boat, very useful on a lake, maybe not in the ocean with big waves, but on a lake it's no problem. And it's got a glass top that you can look out of, and it can jump out of the water like a leaping shark, as well as go under the water a little bit. And it says Queenstown was the first place where you could do this activity. I think I saw these on a science show a few years ago. I didn't know that you can actually go in one.
Yeah, I had to Google this to find out what it was, and it just looks like a giant shark that you're inside. It's
Neat.
great fun. Okay, but that is not all. We see in the article that there are many nearby rivers and canyons to explore too. There's that word nearby again, and now we're talking about a canyon. So a canyon is a deep valley, so a low place between two high places, and here the steep sides of the canyon will be rocky. They'll have steep rocky sides. You often have a river running through the bottom of a canyon.
Sure.
If you think of the Grand Canyon
Yes.
in the US, very great big place where you've got two high cliffs and a river running through down at the bottom. Here's another example sentence for canyon. The beautiful sight of water running into the canyon caught her attention.
And yes, this sounds like a great place to explore. Now, to explore is basically to look around an area that you don't know very well. Maybe it's the first time you've been there, you don't know what you're going to see or what to expect, so you're kind of out there checking out the world around you. You know, it might be somewhere really exciting like a jungle or a canyon or something, or it could be a city that you've never been to. Often when we go on holiday, you'll get to the hotel and leave your bags there. What do you want to do now? Well, let's go out and explore. Let's just go out and look around. We're not expecting to find, mysterious lost things that no one has seen before, but for us, everything is mysterious and new because we've never been there. So exploring is walking around an area that you're new to just to see what you can find, what you can discover.
Oh, that sounds pretty fun, exploring a canyon.
Absolutely.
Okay, but there are other ways to see the countryside as well, as the article says, and if you want to see it all from up high, you can even parasail behind a boat.
Wow.
Yeah, now this is another sort of exciting activity. We've talked about going in a shark boat. We'll have some more crazy things to talk about tomorrow, but this one is not as crazy as others. Parasailing. So to parasail, you put on a parachute, which is para, that's the first part of the word, and you attach yourself to a boat, and the boat will drive around a lake or in the sea, and you'll be up in the air, kind of being dragged behind the boat, very high up. So it's kind of like sailing because you're in the air and the wind is filling the parachute a bit as you go around over water. So parachute, sailing, parasailing.
It's like being a human kite.
Yes, that's pretty much a good way to put it. I've done this one. It's kind of fun. It's not too scary or exciting. You get to have a good look around. It's kind of relaxing and to be up in the air like that. So I would definitely recommend this one. Have you tried this one?
Yes, I have, yeah. You got to run really fast at the beginning, and then once you get up in the air, it's all easy. And then they slow down and slowly sort of drop back down and usually land in the water. So yeah, it's very relaxing. A little exciting, but not dangerous, really.
No, not compared to some of the things we will be talking about tomorrow, because we'll get into some of the crazy stuff, and we're going to talk about that just a little to whet your appetite and get you interested by going to today's For You Chat question.
For You Chat.
Okay, so we are going to explain some pretty crazy sports tomorrow, but what about us? What is the most exciting activity you've ever done And what other adventures would you like to try?
Wow, great question. Well, I don't know, paragliding, I've done, or parasailing, I've done that one. Another really exciting one that I did 2 or 3 times because I liked it was whitewater rafting, going down a river in a valley or in a canyon like that, and the water is very rough and there's rocks and you can always fall out, but I loved it. I had a really good time, so I enjoyed doing that. What about you?
Bungee jumping is probably the most exciting. We'll explain that tomorrow, but I did a bungee jump and a skydive on the same day.
Whoa!
So that was pretty extreme. That was in New Zealand when I was there.
Did you try bungee jumping and it just wasn't exciting enough, so you had to do skydiving in the afternoon?
It was the other way around. I did skydiving in the morning and it felt fun, but not as scary. So bungee jumping is scarier. I'll get into that tomorrow.
Interesting.
But, I've also done zorbing, where you get in the big ball and you roll down a hill. That's pretty fun. River tracing is quite fun. You start at the bottom of a river and go up through all the kind of waterfalls and stuff. Other things I would like to try, I forget the name of it, but you're basically in an Iron Man suit. I think it's called flyboarding, and you just shoot up and down in the water and out of it.
In an Iron Man suit?
You basically can fly like Iron Man. You've got water shooting out of jets behind you, and you plunge up and down.
Right.
That looks fun. It's a bit expensive. One to ask you, I know you're a big fan of Formula One racing. Would you like to drive an F1 car?
I would, but I probably wouldn't be able to because it's really tricky.
Okay, they don't let you kind of practice?
No.
I thought that might be something people could do.
Not that kind. Maybe a race car, but not
a race
that
car.
kind.
Driving a race car.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay, so that is an exciting adventure. Anything else on your, we call it a bucket list of things you'd like to try?
Not that I can think of. I think that's a pretty good place to start.
Okay, another one I'd like to do, I've seen in some places, it's almost like you're in a sling or catapult. They pull you back, you're sitting here, then they let you go and you're just going to fly up into the air and then they come back down again.
Okay.
Like almost on a bungee rope.
Interesting.
That looks very silly and crazy.
That does.
So I would like to try it.
That one makes me go, why?
Just for the excitement.
I guess so.
Just for I can say, yep, that I did that and I can describe it to you. So that would be one I would like to try. Now let's talk about some of these tomorrow. We're going to go into more detail about these exciting activities and how to do them. But that's all the time we've got for today. Thanks for watching and join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.
Take care. Queenstown, the land of adventure. Where can you kayak, jump off a bridge, and have delicious wine all in the same day? Queenstown, New Zealand offers all this and more. This active vacation town is called the adventure capital of the world. Its beautiful nature and many activities make it the perfect destination for excitement. Queenstown sits on the shores of Lake Wakatipu on New Zealand's South Island. The town grew around farming and gold mining in the 19th century. Its nearby mountains are very popular. Miners used to climb them to reach gems and metals. Today, the mountains have become a challenge for climbers from around the world to complete. Lake Wakatipu's beautiful blue waters are also perfect for adventure. You can take a kayak or a shark boat across the open lake. There are many nearby rivers and canyons to explore too. And if you want to see it all from up high, you can even parasail behind a boat.
Vocabulary Review. Active. Shilin has Taipei's most active night market, and huge crowds visit it every night. Capital. Kending is the beach capital of Taiwan, and lots of people visit it every summer. Excitement. James ran home with excitement to see what presents he got for his birthday. Mining. Mining was a common job in Jiufen because of all the gold in the ground there. Nearby. The family wants to buy a house, that has a nearby school for their 6-year-old daughter. Canyon. The people stood at the edge of the canyon and looked at the river far below.
智慧小补帖
Destination. Gem. Explore.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net